Hello students, welcome back to the online video classes. In the previous class, we have started our discussion on waste and its management. So first of all, we have studied about the waste, the useless and undesirable substances which have thrown away from the houses, industries are the waste products, and their management is very necessary to reduce the spread of infectious diseases, to decrease the contamination in water bodies and to increase the fertility of soil. So, their management is a necessary step. In the previous class, we have discussed the types of waste on the basis of state of nature, matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. The second classification is based on the decomposition by bacteria and fungi. So, first of all there is biodegradable waste and the second one is non-biodegradable waste. Then we discussed the sources of waste. First of all, household sources, the substances which have thrown away from the houses like vegetable and fruit peels, the paper, cardboard, plastics and glasses. These were the household waste. Then we discussed the municipal waste source in which urine and feces are also included along with the waste from houses and industries. Then the industrial and mining waste. Each and every type of industry produces a particular type of waste according to the process which takes place in that industry. So, the waste depends on the type of industry and the symptoms in water and soil also depends on the type of waste produced by that industry. So, this was about the industrial source. Then we discussed the agricultural, in which the main pollution caused by the chemical fertilizers. They contaminate soil as well as water. Then we discussed the medical sector, in which the syringes which are used, the bandages, cotton bran, the blood, fleshes of organs, these are the waste products which have to be incinerated before disposed of, otherwise they will spread the infectious fatal diseases. Then we discuss the losses due to waste. The main loss is obviously the spread of disease. Second one is the economical losses, contamination of water and soil, decrement of fertility of soil due to the excess use of fertilizers. Due to the chemicals, the increment in the number of insects pests due to the pollution and garbage. Due to the scum odor, the production of greenhouse gases, the environment will be adversely affected. So, these were about the losses of waste. Then we discussed some slum areas near the cities, mainly Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai and Delhi. The slum areas in which people have the very dreadful conditions. Now, today after these kinds of discussion about waste, types of waste, sources of waste and losses due to waste. Now, today we will discuss some solutions related to the waste management. So, first of all, due to the increased population in the town, there are more garbage production than its decomposition. So, the rate of decomposition is very slow and we can't only depend on that natural process for garbage management. As there are total 5161 cities in India, in which 31 are included as the metropolitan cities, that is they are having the status of being metropolitan. After that there are also first class and second class cities. So, there are approximately 393 first class cities and 401 second class cities. After that there are some small towns in which population is approximately 20,000 to 50,000. So, due to that kind of high population, the garbage production is also high, as there is given the amount of litter in small town is produced, that is 0.1 kg per person, whereas in the cities, in big cities it is 0.4 kg to 0.6 kg per person. So, the garbage production is higher in the big cities as compared to the villages and small towns. Due to the more population, more institutions, more industrial setup in the big cities, due to these kinds of setups, there are more garbage production in the big cities. As villagers are being attracted towards the small towns or towards the cities due to the more options for the employment. So, due to these kinds of situations, there is more garbage production also in big cities, and due to these kinds of improper management, there is these kinds of waste products are destroying the beauty of these big cities. So, due to the unavailability of funds and due to the lack of contractors, the waste product is managed by the vermicomposting method, that is producing the organic manure in place of chemical fertilizers, due to which there is less use of chemical fertilizers, as well as there is more production of organic manure, which will leads to the greater fertility of the soil. So, it is the best method for, that is vermicomposting, and production of organic manure is best for waste disposal. Other than that, there are several methods like incineration and recycling methods, which we will discuss later in detail. Then after waste management, for managing the waste, the government, the NGOs and the citizens in person are dealing and have making efforts to solve this problem. So, by making efforts in 1975, the government of India constituted the Shivaraman committee. This committee will work for the management of waste products. They will establish the large dustbins for proper disposal of excretory waste, proper management of waste collection in the cities, burning the piles of litter. So, following methods are used for the control and management of waste. So, first of all, the method is landfills. The landfills in which garbage is dumped off in the large areas and then it is covered with the soil or dirt, so that they can decompose there by the bacteria and fungi. But this is a method in which there is no use of technology and there is involvement of natural process. So, this one is a slow process, and as you know that garbage production is very high. So, only using landfills are not appropriate for the whole waste management, as they have also many disadvantages, like waste can fly with the air, they will attract the more insects, they will produce the liquid, that is chemical, which will seepage from the soil and will combine in the groundwater, and due to that seepage of chemicals there is hazardous effect on the human health. Also, due to the bad odor, there are several poisonous gases which are released, like methane, which is a greenhouse gas and having the adverse effects on environment. So, the landfills are appropriate in terms of economic value, but they are having hazardous effects on the environment. So, only depending on landfills is not a solution to the problem. So, but there is one more benefit from landfills, that is we can produce electricity from these greenhouse gases. Second one is the incineration, that is burning the waste products at high temperatures, and I have told you that this incineration process is used in the hospitals for or in the biological therapeutic clinics, as they will help in burning the microorganisms causing the infectious diseases. Incineration is more prevalent in countries like Japan, because in these countries the area is very less, and in landfills we require a large area for dumping of the waste products, but incineration does not require large areas. So, in countries like Japan, the incineration process is more prevalent than the landfills. The third process is the recycling methods. Recycling method is that by using several processes, reusing the substance which is waste product. So, conversion of waste into new material is recycling, by which the waste material is renewed. So, raw material have to be removed, they have to be reprocessed, and then we can reuse them. So, there is one circle given to you on figure number 13.8 in which recycling process is explained. So, first of all, the process is reducing the use, not using anything that is harmful for environment in excess, then reusing it, so that besides using two, we are using only one waste product. So, we are reducing the waste by reusing it, and by recycling it, that is renewing it and then using it. So, this was the process of recycling. And we can also make vermicompost organic manure from the natural organic waste like residual food, paper and wood. These kinds of waste products will help us to make the compost vermicompost. We can recycle the products like aluminium drink cans, steel, food and aerosol cans, plastic and glass bottles, cardboard boxes, magazines and plastic goods. So after these three methods, there is another method, that is chemical reaction. The chemical reactions which will help us in reusing these substances. So we can either destroy the waste materials, or we can reform them to make them useful again by the chemical reaction. So these were the four basic methods of waste management. Other than these, there are several methods like disposing of waste products in the deep oceans, but we have to take care that they are not polluting the ocean environment. Second one is the obtaining fat from the animal residues, and these fat will be used in the soaps, and the protein part will use in the food of cattle. Third one is the garbage can be changed into the solid bricks, because if we give the very high pressure to the garbage, then they can be converted into solid bricks. The urban sewage should be treated well in the sewage treatment plants, then they can be used in the irrigation process. So it is also reusing that water. Fifth one is the research on reusing the waste products by the government as well as the non-governmental level. It should be researched that how we can use various waste products and how the new technologies can be developed for managing the waste properly. Fourth one is that we have to deal within a collective manner. The government, non-government institutions as well as the individual citizens have to deal with this situation in a collective manner, and each and every city must have a master plan for resolving this problem. So for keeping our environment clean, we have to make some efforts personally, as well as the government and non-government institutions should take several steps for managing these waste products. So this was all about the waste and its management, in which we discussed about waste, types of waste, then various sources of waste generation, then we discussed the losses we are facing due to the waste products, the differences between the waste production in villages, small towns and in the cities. Then we discuss the various methods of waste management. Thank you.